Our world seems to be spinning out of control. We live supersized, fast-paced lives, while we spend more than we earn. USA Today has published that obesity has been classified as a worldwide health disaster. The rate of obesity in North America is a staggering 65%. Is it possible to take control of our lives and reset our future? Don't you ever wish your body had a reset button?
Now's the time for you to say, I'm taking control of my life today. Now you got the vision, you got the plan, and you got the knowledge that you can. So what you'll get is what you said. So reset your life, reset your life, reset your life.
I want to congratulate you on your decision to reset your health. We designed the Reset program to help you kick your carbohydrate cravings, reset your metabolism, and start down the path toward a new and healthier you.
A recent National Health Survey estimated that 2.1 million Australian adults are obese, and it is estimated that 20 to 25% of the nation's children and adolescents are overweight or obese. This means more and more people are spending huge amounts of money each year on weight loss programs and products. Unfortunately, many of these weight loss programs simply do not work. Medical studies show us that nearly everyone who loses weight on a weight loss program will gain all that weight back and more in just a couple of years. No wonder people are so discouraged. Still, the question remains, why don't weight loss programs work? The first answer is simple, because weight loss programs are a short-term solution for a long-term problem. Another reason weight loss programs don't work is because they are not balanced. First, we thought the problem was too much fat in our diet. Then we felt the problem was too many carbohydrates in our diet. However, in order to maintain optimal health, you need to be consuming a balance of good carbohydrates, good fats, and good proteins. But the most critical reason that weight loss programs don't work is because they fail to address a possible underlying cause of many obesity cases today: insulin insensitivity. When you are not as sensitive to your insulin, your body not only begins storing additional fat, but it also literally holds on to that fat like a sponge holds on to water. In 1981, Dr. David Jenkins introduced a new concept on how quickly our bodies are able to absorb long chains of sugar which make up these carbohydrates. He had his patients eat a particular carbohydrate, like bananas, apples, bread, potatoes, or green beans, and then measured how quickly these foods caused the individual's blood sugar to rise. He then compared this rise in blood sugar to a controlled carbohydrate, which in most cases was glucose. Using this comparison, he was able to calculate a number that he labeled the glycemic index. Dr. Jenkins shocked many by finding that certain complex carbohydrates found in bread, flour, rice, cereals, and potatoes actually spiked people's blood sugar faster than if they were spooning table sugar onto their tongue. High glycemic foods literally spike the blood sugar and stimulate the release of insulin, which is our storage hormone. The body needs to control blood sugar in a very narrow range, and insulin drives this sugar into the cell to either be utilized or stored as glycogen or fat, and insulin also blocks the release of that fat. So what exactly happens in your body when you spike your blood sugar? When blood sugar rapidly rises, it causes a tremendous release of free radicals, which in turn leads to significant inflammation of arteries, especially in the fine arteries of the muscles called capillaries. This is known as glycemic stress. When you stimulate the release of insulin, your blood sugar drops about as fast as it went up. In fact, in the majority of individuals, the blood sugar will drop too low, because when blood sugar is allowed to drop too far, there are serious health considerations. The body must maintain its blood sugar in a very narrow range. because low blood sugar causes the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. And even though the blood sugars will eventually return to a normal range, you are often left with an uncontrollable hunger. You just have to eat something, and you usually crave another high glycemic meal. In fact, studies have shown that people who eat a high glycemic meal actually eat 80% more calories during the rest of the day when compared to those that eat a low glycemic meal. Much of what we have been calling emotional eating or cravings are really just this vicious cycle. It is important to realize that muscle cells actually become less sensitive to your insulin before your fat cells do. Therefore, your muscles, which normally take up 85 to 90% of the calories from your meal, are not able to utilize the calories normally from any meal or snack. In fact, it's like someone has switched the tracks on your glucose train from your muscles to the fat cells of your abdomen. There, the glucose is converted into fat, which is another job of insulin. When you become less sensitive to your insulin, a calorie is no longer a calorie. So what is the answer to this dilemma? In my practice, I have found that a simple and convenient regimen of low glycemic balanced foods can help people begin to make this shift in about 5 days. They are then primed to reverse this glycemic stress, cut back on their need for carbohydrates, and become more sensitive to their own insulin again.
Before you begin, I have a few simple tips to help you get started right. First, throw out your junk food. Clean out your cupboards and refrigerator of chips, muffins, soda pop, lollies, and pretzels.